At some point, every man has to ask himself, am I holding on so tight because I truly care or because I don't trust what's beyond me? My name is Eric Wayne Wade, and I meet with men just like you every week to help break the silence, unmask, and embrace vulnerability to rise into the men we were created to be. My youngest son has camp this week. No phones, no check-ins, just him, other boys and girls his age, and room to grow. As a parent, I have an idea of how I'd like this week to play out. I'd like him to learn some things. I'd like him to have some fun. I want him to behave himself. There's lots of ideas of what I feel like would make a perfect week for his experience this week at camp. As I drove off from dropping him off, it hit me that I have to ultimately surrender the outcome. Not because I don't care, but because I do care. Over the years, I've taught him, I've been there, I've planted the seeds, but at some point I have to trust that he'll take his own steps and that life will meet him where it needs to. And that reminds me that this is where a lot of men struggle. Do I trust the process or do I try to control it? We have an idea that being strong means holding on tighter, but sometimes real strength means loosening the grip. Whether it's your kids, your career, your healing, your next chapter, at some point you come to the realization that you've done all you can do. Now you've just got to surrender the outcome. Call it faith. Call it believing the big picture. Call it believing in something that's at work that's greater than and beyond just your effort. Whatever you want to call it, the principle's the same. You do the work, you show up, and then you just trust. Because control might feel powerful, but surrender is power. It's not weakness, it's wisdom. This week, ask yourself, what outcome am I still trying to force? And what would it look like to breathe deep, open your hands, and trust that this next step, this next part, isn't all on you? Because that's where peace begins. That's where you find clarity, and that's where men grow. If this resonates, follow for more. Share this with a man that might be carrying too much. He might need this reminder. Remember, you're not weak for surrendering the outcome. You're wise in trusting what might be beyond your own control.